Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Daria, and today's yoga practice is a restorative end of the week yoga flow. I am definitely feeling a little bit drained and tired at the end of this week, so this practice is perfect for if you're feeling like that too, or anytime you just need a little bit of chill, restoration, and renewal. All you'll need today is yourself and somewhere to move, and when you're ready, let's begin. We'll get started today in child's pose. So when you're ready, come to the back of your mat, bring your toes to touch, and then spread your knees really, really wide. Sink your hips back to your heels and crawl your fingertips all the way forward and down. And you can come either to rest on your chest and your chin, or maybe your forehead comes down to the earth. And begin simply by deepening your breath. Shifting from unconscious breathing more into directed, intentional, full, deep breath. Inhale to fill up three-dimensionally from bottom to top and back to front. Breathing through your whole torso all the way up into your upper back, your chest, and your collarbones. And then exhale with an open mouth to let go of any stale breath. And as you exhale, sink a little more into the grounding of what's connected from your body to the earth. And then take another full deep breath in. Exhale, sigh, clean and clear away anything you don't need to carry with you into the rest of this practice. Allow yourself to surrender and to drop. And continue deepening your breath. And when you're ready, if you like, you can bring in Ujjayi breath, breathing in and out through your nose. Notice the quality of the sound of your breath. Let the breath be audible. And then see if you can smooth away any jaggedness or coarseness or sort of bumps in the breath cycle, so that it's just one continuous flow in and out. And then do a curious check through your whole body and notice if there's any spots right away that are communicating, that are feeling sticky or like they're holding on or resisting the surrender. And then use your breath, send your breath right to those sensations. And begin to press more weight into your palms and shift forward to tabletop, coming to your hands and your knees. Keep your knees spread wide, maybe even a little more than hips distance apart. And then begin to shift forward, crawling fingertips all the way out to transition into puppy pose. And from here, again, you can release your forehead to the earth, or maybe chest and chin come all the way down. Keep your hips floating above your knees and soften your low belly and your low back. Notice if your hip flexors or the front of your hips want to get involved, and see if you can soften there as well. And take a moment to notice what it feels like to breathe in this shape. And you feel into the palms of your hands, rooting down, and the tops of your feet and your toenails pressing into the mat. And let your shoulders soften, and let the whole front line of your body get meltier. So it's like the back of your heart is melting into the earth. And press into your fingertips and your forearms and begin to walk your way all the way back in so your palms come underneath your shoulders. As you inhale, lower your belly down toward the earth as you lift your pelvis and your hips up. Drop your heart and then ripple forward for cow, really gentle. So you don't necessarily need to go all the way into your deepest version with the deepest arch in your spine, but just take it really slowly. And then as you exhale, press into your palms, curl your pubic bone towards your sternum, press your toenails into the mat, and hollow the whole front line of your body up towards your spine. So it's like your spine is a vacuum that's sucking up the front of your body. Next, inhale breath, super slowly articulate your way back down to cow. So drop your belly, melt your heart, lift your sitting bones, spread them wide, send your inner thighs back and your heart forward. And then exhale to press through your palms, round and curl. Dome your shoulders up toward the sky. And press more away from the mat to hollow the front of your body even more. And return back to a neutral spine, neutral tabletop. Tuck your toes behind you. And then press your palms down and forward and super, super slowly, again, transition to downward facing dog, as if someone has a hold of your sacrum and they're pulling it up and back, but really, really slowly to feel into the full transition. And then drop your head at the bottom. Hug your forearms to the midline. Dig all 10 of your fingertips into the mat, and then lift and spread all 10 of your toes and really slowly stick each one back down into the mat. You can bend your knees a few times or pedal out your feet. Maybe sway your hips from side to side. And continue or come back to your deep, full breath. Inhale, lift up high onto the balls of your feet, and then round forward to a high plank. Just a little bit of activation, traction, palms and toes toward each other. Float your heels above the balls of your feet, and then gently lower your knees down to the earth. Shift slightly forward so your shoulders move in front of your wrists, and then lower down so your elbows graze your rib cage. Keep your butt high, melt your heart and your chin into the mat, and then glide all the way through so that you lie on your belly. And from here, bring your palms forward so that your elbows can move about an inch or so in front of your shoulders for Sphinx. And then imagine that your elbows and your hip bones are magnetized. So pull them toward each other to gently open up the front line of your body. Try to keep the back of your neck for now in line with the rest of your spine. And let go of any unnecessary holding or engagement in your face. Maybe the teeth are clenched. Unclench them. Notice what's going on with your scalp. See if you can relax there. Relax even the roots of your hair. And breathe right into your low belly, more softness, and your low back, more softness. Now stay with your torso as it is, and then just gently bend your right knee and slide it out to the side. So it's coming out in line with your hip. And then make a 90-degree angle. So your right heel will be in line with your knee. And you can flex your right foot. And this is a sort of a half frog shape. And let the sound of your breath be soothing, audible, and healing. And let the sensation of breath be like a full body massage, long strokes through your whole system, and especially through spots where you feel any tightening, gripping, or holding. And release your right foot back down behind you. And then carry your left knee out in line with your left hip. Creating again a 90-degree angle. Come back to the tractioning together, the magnetization of your elbows and your hip bones. So your heart stays puffy. And breathe right to the spot where you feel the most sensation or the most potent sensation. Imagine that you're growing longer from the tips of your ears all the way through the edges of your right toes. So creating more length along your whole spine, your whole body, as if you could literally grow like an inch or 2 inches in length. And then slowly slide your left foot all the way back behind you. And gently lower your chest to the earth. Slide your palms back so they move under your shoulders. Tuck your toes. Press through hands and knees, tabletop. And then lift all the way up and back again to downward facing dog. Press your left toes firmly into the earth. And as you inhale, lift your right leg high for 3-legged down dog. Lift up from your inner thigh and only go to where you feel something that gets interesting. So you don't need to lift as high as you can or go to your full capacity, just a gentle lift. And then exhale, round your spine, draw your right shin to the front of your mat and gently lower it down at about a 45-degree angle. So a really easy half pigeon, again, not necessarily, probably not your most intense or your maximum depth half pigeon. But pull up from your toes to your heart. Create a long spine and square your hips by hugging your right foot and your left foot toward each other. And then on an exhale, begin to melt forward over your right leg. You can bring your palms to meet in prayer in front of you and relax your forehead down onto your thumbs. And then dig your thumbs into the edges, the inner edges of your eyebrows, those pressure points right there. If that doesn't feel good, it's always okay not to do that, or you can bring a block under your head or anything else that feels good to you. Notice the initial sensation that you feel. And then soften into it. Stay with it patiently, allowing it to unfold one little bit at a time. Stay present with each piece of unfolding by feeling into the visceral sensations that you are experiencing. And breathe right to the core, right to the root of what you feel. And begin to press your way all the way back up to palms. And then shift so that you sit onto your outer right hip. And create a 90-degree angle with both of your legs. So your right shin will be aligned with the top of your mat. And then your left leg will go back behind you, sort of like that half frog shape we just made, for a little stag stretch. And feel into your sitting bones rooting, and again, pull up from your toes into your heart, creating more length in the spine. And as you exhale, begin to walk your way forward. Fingertips come in front of your right shin. Maybe eventually you travel all the way down to your forearms. And keep both of your feet actively, but not too actively, flexed. So the outer edge of your right foot digs into the earth and the inner edge of your left foot. And with each breath, on the inhale, find an infusion of length, like that air is inflating your whole body like it's a tire. And on the exhale, find somewhere to settle, something more to let go, something to soften. And let the back of your neck be long, so the sides of your neck are lengthening. Shoulders are soft. Notice if there's any spots as you stay where the breath is getting stuck in your body. If there's like a blockage or a barrier or a wall that the breath hits. And see what you can do to allow the breath to travel unhindered through your whole system, through this spacious body. So there's more flow. And begin to press your way all the way back up. And then release both of your feet out in front of you and sit up really tall through your whole spine. Take an exhale for a gentle seated forward fold. Just drape your torso over your thighs. And you can stay with the spine lengthening, more of a flat back, or you can round into yourself, whatever feels best for you, whatever sensation you prefer. And we'll just be here for a couple of rounds of breath. And breathe along the grain of your hamstrings, the back line of your legs. Allow yourself to totally surrender to gravity right here. And slowly begin to rise back up to a seat. Cross at your ankles, ground your palms, tuck your toes, and lift all the way up and back to downward facing dog. Now inhale to reach your left leg high, lifting up from your inner thigh. Spin your left pinky toe down to face the mat to square your hips. And then as you exhale, round forward, hug your front body to your back body, and really slowly and intentionally place your left thigh down toward the top of your mat at about a 45-ish degree angle. Walk your right toes back and set yourself up with square hips and a long spine for half pigeon. Take a big full inhalation to create more length. And as you exhale, melt your way all the way forward. Set up any props that you like to allow yourself to feel really comfortable here. And if there's anything that isn't comfortable, make any little adjustments that you need to really feel cozy. And then become curious about the sensation you're experiencing. Allow your mind to really explore and investigate what's going on so that you could describe, maybe even articulate what that sensation feels like. And allow it to continue to evolve as we stay and breathe for a few more rounds. Check in one more time with your forehead, your jaw, your cheeks, all the little muscles in your face. Drop anything that doesn't need to be engaged and allow yourself to rest. And begin to press all the way back up, stepping your fingertips back toward the midline of your body, and then shift your weight to sink into your outer left hip. Draw your left shin to align with the top of your mat at 90 degrees, and the right shin or the right thigh angles out from the right hip at 90 degrees as well. Inhale to lift up from your toes to your heart. Let your chest be broad so your heart is open and collarbones reach away from each other. And then exhale to walk forward. And take your time with this. Avoid just sinking right away into your depth, but instead curiously take a journey there. So it's a unique experience today into all the steps that you feel. Let your awareness move completely internally. And you can even close your eyes to go a little more inside if that feels good. And take an inhale to grow the crown of your head forward and the core of your pelvis back. And as you exhale, melt your heart forward toward your left shin. And you can stay with this intentional lengthening on the inhale and melting on the exhale. And let this be almost meditative, this rhythm of inhaling for length and exhaling for a drop. And press into your palms and rise all the way back up. And now just swivel again to sit on both of your sitting bones. Stamp the soles of your feet down into the mat in front of you. Reach your arms all the way forward and slowly lie down, one vertebra at a time, like you're lying down a strand of pearls. So feel each little bit of your spine connect to the mat. And finally drop the back of your heart and the back of your head. Hug your knees into your chest and rock and roll around the base of your spine. Massage out the low back with your body weight. On your next inhale breath, curl into a tight, compressive ball. Wrap your forearms around your shins and give yourself a big hug. Exhale and drop. Let your arms and your legs spill out away from each other in opposite directions. Close your eyes softly and completely melt into stillness. Allow yourself to surrender fully to the force of gravity. And you can picture that there's sandbags, maybe on your feet or your ankles, on the tops of your thigh bones, on each side of your chest, and sitting in the palms of your hands so that you're so weighted into the earth. And as you stay and breathe, check one more time for any resistance and let your breath allow your body to completely relax, to feel safe, to surrender. And stay as long as you have time for today, or until your body tells you that it has fully absorbed all the effects, all the benefits of this practice. I hope you have a great rest of your day, and thank you so much for sharing your practice with me. Namaste.